It's a pleasure to have you here. Just to start out with a basic overview, I would like to know, what is your full name?
Thomas Victor Nettishiem.
How old exactly are you?
I'm 81.
When is your birthday?
8/23/32.
It's coming up.
I know. Coming to my party.
Yeah.
How many individuals did you have in your family?
4 children. In my personal family?
Yes, within your personal family.
5 children I have.
Do you know how many older brothers or older sisters or younger brothers or younger sisters at all?
I had 3 sisters. Now, going to my family? No. I'm talking about my kids. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about like within your personal family.
Oh, my personal family, I had 3 sisters, no brothers.
Okay. What was the financial status of your family?
Very poor.
Okay.
Very poor.
How long was your education?
12th grade, and I had some short college courses.
Okay. Do you have any major accomplishments that you would like to share?
I sure would. I was able to become police chief of Pewaukee, city of Pewaukee.
How long did
They
you
made
do
a
that
mistake
for?
and named a park after me, by the way.
They made a mistake.
I had to put that in there. That's an accomplishment. And I worked at Waukesha Memorial Hospital after I retired. And out of 5,000 employees, I was elected Employee of the Year, which
Cool.
was kind of an accomplishment to me.
Yeah.
So those also sound fantastic.
How long did you work with the police force?
I was with Waukesha Sheriff for 30 years and Pewaukee 23. Some of the Pewaukee was with Waukesha.
Okay.
Okay. And some was singular.
What was your career and occupation like? Like you've mentioned, you've been through a lot, career and occupational wise. But could you please tell us in chronological order what all your careers were?
Okay, I was born and raised on a farm. And at age 25, I took a test for deputy sheriff and was appointed to the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department in 1958. And I retired just in 1987, just a couple months short of 30 years. And then I retired at Waukesha Sheriff in 1987. And then I went to Waukesha Memorial Hospital for 20 years as a security guard. Now I'm retired.
Where did your family live in the Pewaukee area?
On Green Road.
Well,
Okay, go ahead. You want the address?
not the exact address.
Okay, it's between Highway 164 and Duplain.
What do you remember exactly of Duplainville?
Oh, I remember when I was a child, it was just a dirt road in front of my house, and it was a dirt road. Old 164 was a dirt road where Quad Graphics has their business. It was all a dirt road, and I think I have photos here for you.
Yeah, I see them right now. I'm looking through them.
Yeah. And I remember there was a tavern. That was a tavern, and on one side of the tavern was a post office, and across the street was a dance hall.
So it was a pretty small town.
Very small.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think it was called a town.
It wasn't.
I think the railroad called it, the crossing called it Duplain.
Okay.
And that's how we got our famous name.
What was the layout of Duplainville? I mean, you did mention a dirt road, but was it only that sole road? Like, were there any other streets within Duplainville?
No, it was just Duplainville Road and Green Road. It was a crossing area, and that were the only roads right there. There was a pickle factory there too, right next to the tavern. Like I said, maybe I mentioned a survey that across from the tavern was a dance hall.
Did a lot of people go there like on the weekends and
Oh,
stuff?
that was the show of the town.
Was it really? Wow.
My dad had an orchestra.
Oh, yeah?
And he played in that tavern every weekend.
Oh, that's exciting.
I mean,
So
yeah,
that's kind of where everyone went on the weekends?
Yes, at the dance hall. And next to the dance hall, you can see on one of those photos is a barber shop. So we had everything.
Was Duplainville a major stop for the railroads?
They used to stop years ago a passenger train and pick up people about 8 o'clock in the morning and take them into Milwaukee. In fact, my sister used to go into Milwaukee, and then at night they'd bring her back at 6 o'clock. But other than that, the train never stopped there that I recall.
How often did you travel to Milwaukee?
Once a year. If we were lucky. I think it was like once a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Do you
pretty
remember what
exciting.
you would go there for? Was it for
Christmas
something
shop.
in Christmas shop?
Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
Awesome. Couldn't wait for Santa Claus.
Yeah.
How has Duplainville changed over time?
Immensely. It's just, I can't explain it. It's grown so much. There's industries off of Duplainville Road. There's Quad Graphics right there. And it's all businesses along Duplainville Road now. There's very little open spaces.
Did you kind of see the same thing with Pewaukee? Did that happen with Pewaukee too?
Pewaukee is the same way.
Is it really?
When I first started patrolling for Pewaukee, I started the police department in 1967, part-time. We could check all the industries in the first hour and a half, 2 hours, check all the doors, pull the doors. Well, I don't think you could do that now with 5 squads.
Yeah.
It's that much bigger. I just can't believe it. How much larger it is.
So on the farm, did you raise certain crops? Do you
Yes.
remember what they were?
All different crops. We had oats and corn and hay, and to feed our cows. So we had milk cows.
Yeah, there's pictures of
I think there's some in there.
right here.
Yeah.
Was that you?
Oh, that's me. I had to show you my prize cow.
Look at that.
I got a blue ribbon at State Fair Park.
You look the same as you did.
So, when you were growing up, there were a lot of road events that were going on.
Yes.
Obviously, the Great Depression was going on. Were there any road events that stood out, to you? Like, were there any road events that you remember particularly?
One I remember first was when we got bombed at Pearl Harbor. That's when I realized we were in a war.
Yeah.
And I was kind of young at that time. I thought, gee, why are we doing this? I couldn't figure this all out. And then we all had to bring iron to the school, and they would take iron and put it on a pile and then come pick it up and use it for ammunition.
So then these have to be replaced.
Were there any other events that you remember vividly?
At Duplainville or in my career?
In general.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Okay.
Like,
World events. My
oh, war
apologies for
events.
that.
We're still on the war. Okay. Yes, I remember when my dad's brother had to go into service, and he went into war. And we used to get letters from him that were down on the size like that. And I wrote a letter like this, and I remember talking to him by letter, not verbally. But that seemed very hard to see him go to war. That was a difficult time.
So even like a lot of people don't necessarily think that the war like touched in Wisconsin at all. You still saw it.
We saw it in the papers all the time.
Yeah.
Everybody was all concerned, and we used to have blackouts. They called blackouts, where everybody had to shut their lights off in case we would get bombed here. That we were trained to shut everything down.
Yeah. So it was still kind of near your home, even though.
Oh, it was, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should. And likewise with rationing, meat was rationed, coffee. especially butter. You couldn't buy a pound of butter. Yeah, sugar, everything was rationed. Tires, you used to have to fill out a form and go to the federal office to get a set of tires for your vehicle.
Were there other times, like hard times like that, where you had to ration food or you had to do other stuff? Was there a lot of times where you experienced hardship, or?
Well, it was only during the World War II.
During World War II?
We didn't have it any other time that
No.
I recall. No.
Were there a lot of good times then? Do you remember?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
We had good times just going out buying stamps, federal stamps for war bonds. Mm-hmm. And we had fun doing that, going house to house and collecting metal. It actually was a good experience and a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It brought everybody together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were close.
So, other than yourself, what other contributions has your family made to Pewaukee? Is there anything notable?
Other family members?
Yeah.
No.
Not really, no.
I just got involved in Pewaukee
Yeah.
quite deeply.
So, how many generations of your family have lived here in this area?
3.
3 generations?
Oh, going back further yet?
Yeah.
Oh, probably 6.
6? Wow.
Yeah, they moved here a long time ago from Germany.
From Germany?
This was a settlement area out there in Brookfield and Pewaukee.
Yeah. So you had kids, and did your kids have kids? So do you have grandkids?
Yes, I have children, I have grandchildren, and I have great-grandchildren.
You have great grandchildren now.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do they all live in this area, or
No.
have they?
I have my granddaughter that has 4 children. She lives in San Diego.
Oh wow,
Her husband's a doctor on USS Reagan right now.
nice. You should go live there. It's warmer.
Yeah.
I like Pewaukee.
So, if you could see any future in Pewaukee, like what would you like to see? Something change, or it stay the same?
No, I'd like to see it get somewhat a little larger. Yeah.
A little larger yet?
Yeah.
More like retailers and industry and stuff?
Mhm. We can use industries. And
Yeah.
in our school system here, I'm very proud of the school, the way it has grown and what they've done here.
Has it grown a lot?
Oh, yeah. I think that we've got an excellent school system here.
Yeah.
And I hear a lot of good things about it, too.
Yeah, it is a good school.
Yes.
So, no, it's changed since I've been here too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We just got this new hallway.
Yes. Since you've been here, you've seen changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What grade are you in? Yes.
We're
All-
juniors.
All of
Juniors.
us are juniors.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Going back to you now, do you have any personal hobbies that you would like to share?
I have my mini farm at home yet. I have 10.5 acres, and I cut wood and split wood, and I have my farm tractor yet, and I go out there and keep myself pretty busy. That's gardening and just staying at home and working out there.
It's a great field.
Yes, it is.
So, what all do you grow on your farm? Do you grow any crops or anything?
No, what I did, because I knew that farming wasn't going to be here very long, I planted my 10 acres with trees and evergreens,
Oh, wow.
so that I have kind of a woods there now, and I made trails through there, and I figure someday there'll be homes built there, and people will have trees right away.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was my purpose.
What was it like to see all of these industries slowly come into the Des Plainville area?
And one after another came, and it was almost a little shock, that they're coming to Pewaukee.
Yeah.
And I thought it was kind of neat that they want to come to my area. Yeah, I love this area.
Are there any industries that you were pretty excited to see, to come to the area, like that, they would say in the newspapers at all?
Oh, I don't know. There's so many of them. I'd like to see the Marriott Inn come in, and American TV when they came in. Quad Graphics. I mean, it brought a lot of revenue to our city. I guess that's what I was looking at.
Yeah, is that what changed the most? Just
Yes.
that, and what about like traffic flow? Did you
Oh,
see a ton more people and stuff come into the
A
area?
lot more.
Yeah.
My road, where I live on Green Road, if you would see 3 cars come through there, 4 cars, in the daytime you would see a lot getting. But now it's just a constant flow of traffic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I like people, so it doesn't bother.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, we asked you before that if you ventured into Milwaukee, and you clearly said you did. Did you come into the Pewaukee area here for just like, normal stuff like groceries, or did you have to go somewhere else?
We usually went to Waukesha for groceries. There wasn't too many selections in Pewaukee. We would go to the Century store in Waukesha, if I recall. That was our main shopping area. And my dad worked in Waukesha.
Just looking. Oh, go ahead.
Was grocery shopping like a big thing, or did you guys get most of your food from the farm?
It was the highlight of the week.
That and
No,
Christmas
really.
shopping.
We were excited to get to the town.
Yeah.
It was like, we're going to Waukesha tonight. Really, every
So it was more of
Friday.
a special occasion than like a chore.
That was a special occasion, and we loved it. Yes.
Wow.
It was awesome. I tell you what, we had it really tough years ago when in that Depression time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Depression was in the 30s, and I was born in 32, but I do recall a lot of the Depression.
What was some things that are most memorable to you from that time?
We were out of money.
Yeah, there's just no money.
No, there was no money. And my parents used to argue over how they were going to spend the money they did have. And you would sit there on the sideline and hope that they don't get into this fight that's going to end the marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that
Never
was
did,
typical
but-
for every family, right? In
Yes,
the Depression.
it
I mean,
was.
you guys weren't the only people like that.
No, I'm not saying we were singled out.
Yeah, no, for sure.
No, it was scary times, though.
Yeah.
I don't know, put a lot of pressure on the kids, it seemed like to me.
Yeah.
It did me. I was afraid I wasn't going to have something to eat next week.
Yeah, that are scary
Yeah.
times.
I remember during the war, we used to have, you couldn't get butter, and we would kill our own pigs and make lard from the fat on the pig, and that's what we put on our bread for instead of butter. Mm-hmm. And then you put salt and pepper on there to help it go down a little better. Yeah, I remember that like yesterday.
Wow. So I was just looking through these pictures, and St. Peter's and Paul Catholic Church. Does that bring up some memories?
It sure does. Yeah.
What kind of memories does it bring up?
Well, going to school there and going to catechism.
Yeah. It says that there were a lot of weddings and...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of your family weddings were there.
Yes. First communions, all the
Important events.
we're at that church.
And that was in DePlainville. Was that one of the only churches in the area?
The what?
Or it says that that church was in DePlainville. Is that one of the only ones in DePlainville? The Catholic church right here? Or is
Let me
it...
see that. I think that's the one they built in 1970. No, yeah, that was the only one.
That was the only one that
And
was
then-
there.
You see, and in the church up here, St. Mary's, we had a missionary priest come and say Mass there on Sunday. But this is the church in DePlainville, yes. Let's see, what is this picture here? That's everybody at the schoolhouse.
That was people... What's the most memorable things about school?
Playing ball,
Yeah,
eight
outside.
grades, and it was 8 grades in one classroom.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
How did they manage that?
I don't know. We did. We had a big old stove in the corner to keep us warm. And we would go out and play ball at recess time. And then we would play other schools. That's what I remembered a lot. Like the school up on Highway K, the one at the quarry, and there was one on North Avenue. And we would play them baseball.
What would you guys do in the wintertime?
We slid right on the hill. We had a hill right next to the school. We were up there all the time. Getting in trouble.
You didn't mind the cold now, did you?
No. I hope this is working for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is good.
Look through there, and if you have questions about anything that's in there.
Yeah, I'm just trying to...
I didn't know what else I should bring along. I do have another book here. I don't know how much interest you have in some of this. And Sharon Streeter was just wonderful in helping me out with some of this.
There are a lot of Nettishiens in here. Are those like cousins or?
Yes, big family.
You had a big family.
Oh, huge.
They all lived in the area.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was looking through the picture of the school. It looks like all your brothers and sisters and everyone. That was
Not quite.
that was half the school names were
Yeah.
Nettishiens.
Did you see, is a school picture in there?
Yeah. Do you want to see it?
I just didn't know if I had that in there.
Yep. It's the bottom one right there. You
Okay.
can look at it.
Oh, I had a bigger one.
Need some pictures. You're getting pictures? Oh. Yeah, I took pictures on my phone too. Right.
Here we go. Here's one of my cards.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know what it's for. You can make notes on it.
Thank you.
Did I have another one? I leave those in there because when I go through an airport, if I lose my baggage, then somebody knows how to contact me.
Yeah.
No, I had a real good picture of us on the school grounds there. It was really a close-up. Okay.
Is it in one of those ones here?
Oh, it's in one of those. Yeah, I lost my wife to cancer 2001. She had liver cancer.
Oh.
Yeah. A great wife.
How long were you guys married?
How long were we married?
Yeah.
44 years.
44 years. Wow.
When we were married 40 years, I gave her a sympathy card. I did.
Oh, thank you.
Were there any other families in the area that your family was had good relations with?
Sure. My dad had 8 brothers, and we were all kind of in the area.
Wow.
We all got along very well. Very well.
So too, you were a 2-time car raffle winner.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Did I get lucky?
So what was that about?
I bought, Pewaukee always had a fireman's picnic. That was the first car. And every year I would buy 50 tickets from them because they had the firehouse next door to me, and we always got along very well.
Yeah.
So they bought tickets for me for the golf outing that I sponsored for our sheriff. So I buy those tickets back, and I thought, boy, one night they called and says, "You won the car." No, who's calling? And they said, "No, really, you won the car. Come on up here if you got ticket number so-and-so." And the mysterious part of that ticket was when we were filling them out, I was putting my wife's name on the ones I was filling out. She was putting my name on hers. And she says, "Oh, Tom, here's my lucky 7. There was 3 7s on her ticket that she put my name on." That was a ticket that won out of the 50 tickets.
Guess it was lucky.
Yeah, that was very
Number
lucky.
7, right?
Yeah, and then I won one at a church gathering in 204 at our church picnic, St. Peter.
And you never had to buy a car again, right?
Trouble was we had good cars. They took the money instead.
There you go.
What would you do? What would you do? You know?
If I had too many cars.
Well, not too many, but the cars we had were in good shape.
Yeah.
So and you had a choice of the money or the car.
Sure.
Yeah. One of the ladies
Tough
at
choice.
the sheriff's office where I work bought the one car for me. She said, "Tom, I need a car so bad." I said, "I'll tell you what, you can have the car." You know,
Yeah.
I give it to her pretty cheap.
So now you don't sign up for raffles because you don't want to win anything.
Yeah. I still sign up. I just bought $75 worth at the church for this coming up. One coming up. And the doctors at the hospital, I was working at the hospital at the time I won that car, and he put that article in the paper, and all the doctors are rubbing my arm.
Oh.
We're buying a lottery ticket tonight. Oh, yeah. I noticed they had, they talked about the shootout I was in at the courthouse. And they got in there that I shot at the Phil Montemaro and missed him. That is not the way it happened.
What actually happened?
I come around the corner by the elevator. I knew there was a shooting.
Well, yeah. Okay, so what was this? I didn't see the.
Oh, two of our officers got shot and killed in the courtroom.
Okay.
And I was in the courtroom 1 second before it happened.
Wow.
I left there and I went downstairs and the judge come running to my office and said, Tom, get upstairs right away. They just shot Mike. I said, okay. So I take my gun out and I'm running around the courthouse looking for him. So I meet a gentleman near the jail and he said, I just saw a prisoner head to the front of the courthouse. He's got a lady by the neck and he's got an orange uniform.
Oh my
I thought,
goodness.
that's the guy I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So I head to the front of the courthouse, and just as I'm ready to go up the steps, because I'm on the ground floor, just as I ran by the elevator, I saw the elevator door opening. I didn't think he was on there because, of course, he said he just left for the front of the courthouse.
Yeah.
And just as I turned the corner, she yells, and I turn around and he fires a shot at me.
Oh my goodness.
Immediately.
Wow.
He didn't have a shot like this, so he had a shot with her,
Yeah.
under her arm.
Yeah.
I don't know how it missed me, but I saw fire like this, and I felt the powder hit my face, and I thought,
Oh my
it knocked me out for a second. And what happened, the steps were right there, and I fell down on the steps, and my gun went off accidentally when I hit the steps, and it broke the hammer off of my gun. But I didn't want to shoot because I was afraid I was going to hit her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as it turned out, as I'm up 3 steps, it hit the top of the door jamb,
Yeah.
looking at him, and it only missed him like this.
Oh wow.
I could have got her or him accidentally, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then apparently, as I didn't see this, but she said he put the gun on my rib cage and the gun misfired.
Wow.
Oh
So then
man.
he got back on the elevator and we caught him in Madison.
Wow.
But
Do you have any more interesting police stories like that, or was that your most exciting day at work?
that was one I don't want to happen again.
Too close.
Yeah, well, you betcha, way too close. They remodeled the courthouse and they left the bullet hole in there yet.
Oh wow.
Still in the wall down there.
It's crazy.
Am I hanging on to this and not showing this to you? Some of the train wreck is in here. Did you hear about that?
No.
No,
Tell
there's
us
a
little
train
bit about that.
I was not a deputy then, but I was one of the first ones at the scene
Okay.
and tried to get this gentleman that hit the train out of the truck. Here's the truck he was in. I should hanging on to this. I shouldn't be doing that.
Oh. Thank you.
I feel honored. You guys asked me to come up here. I don't know how much I'm helping.
No, you're helping
you
a
are
lot.
helping a ton.
So
You
what?
are helping a ton.
So what exactly happened? When was this?
That was in 1956.
Wow.
And I just came through there a minute after it happened. There was 100 and some kids on the train to go to the Milwaukee Braves game.
Okay.
So it's one of the passenger trains.
Wow.
And he was pinned in the truck right up against the train. And you could see all kinds of bones sticking out all over.
Ooh.
I thought, well, I got to do what I got to do as a citizen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that kind of made me decide to be a deputy. I figured, I can do this.
So that was kind of a pivotal moment for
Yes,
you.
I kind of surprised myself, like, man, in an emergency, I can do this.
Yeah.
So I thought, someday I'm going to sign up for the sheriff's department.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I see that truck you were talking about. Wow.
Yeah. Train went off the track and hit the top of the tower. I think one of the boxcars did. There's
Oh,
a tower
man.
there.
Yeah, I see that right
Yeah.
there. Wow. Do you have anything else you'd like to share with us? I don't know if there's something important that
There
you
was
wanna-
another train wreck too. Not that's important too, but there was 35 cars derailed in 1951 also.
Did a lot of accidents happen with the trains, or?
It seemed like it.
Yeah.
That was the third one I was at in that area.
Oh my gosh.
In fact, I had just graduated from high school, and the railroad hired me to help clean that up. We worked there like a whole month.
Just to clean up all the wreckage from
Yeah,
the trains.
it was a
Wow.
mess. It was a mess.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Hope we don't have that again.
Yeah, let's hope.
Food derail, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, because we get a lot of trains on those tracks right by Duplainville.
I don't know what else I can tell you. I remember going to that barber shop, though, and maybe you saw that there, and
Yeah.
get my hair cut. What I remembered about that barber shop was the guy had a bottle of like a wine bottle, maybe it's so big, maybe that high, and he must have put a pickle seed in there, and the
Yeah.
pickle grew inside the jar.
Really?
And it filled the jar. How do you get that pickle in there? I was a young kid.
So funny.
Interesting.
Did you go down to the lakefront often to like go to the beach or anything?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Been there many times. I was the police chief for the lake too, lake patrol.
What was the most rewarding part about being the police chief? Did you enjoy being the police chief?
Yes, I did.
What were some things you enjoyed about being the police chief?
Just being able to satisfy people, help
Yeah.
them out,
Mm-hmm.
and negotiate when people had problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Be like the peacekeeper.
You know.
It seems like you spend a lot of your time just trying to help other people. Is that really
That's
something
what
that
I
is
wanted to
your core?
That was my